third straight throw from Bryce Young, and the catch is made for a first down. It's T-Mac is what he wants to be called, the rookie, McMillan.
Really nice adjustment the Panthers have made here in the last week or two.
It's Jimmy Horn from his receiver spot. Down the sideline, Horn goes. Spinning down to the 25-yard line of Tampa Bay. Pick up of 25 yards. The Buck defense reeling from that Atlanta defeat a week ago Thursday, getting run over there as Dowdle gets a carry, and Rico Dowdle has got a first down, powering his way inside the 15 of the Bucks. Third down 3. Hubbard the back. The pitch, and Chuba Hubbard goes nowhere. That was the plan coming in. First and second down for Rico Dowdle. Third down, Chuba Hubbard.
Understanding what the Carolina Panthers are trying to attack, and then just flowing with Savassier Dennis out there on the edge, setting an edge, forcing it back into the flow. Really nicely done.
From 27 yards away, the kick is up and through. Returned from a 7-game absence in week 13. They really missed him when he was out injured, and he missed the game. Here he gets the football again, and Irving's going to get a first down. Back-to-back carries for the second-year player.
I don't like to question where the back goes, but let me question where the back goes.
Well, I think he'd agree with you on that one. Mayfield completes to Mike Evans. It's a first down at the 27-yard line. Baker Mayfield juggled but caught. Jalen McMillan hangs on. White and Irving are in. Bucky Irving gets the football. Switch a tackle. Bucky Irving down to the 1. It'll be a first and goal for Tampa Bay. Throwing for the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown. That's a Buccaneer touchdown.
I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, I'm taller than you, and guess what? I'm going to score a touchdown. 15th touchdown career-wise versus the Carolina Panthers by Mike Evans in what, 20?
Bryce Young, it goes down with the ball after the snap. I don't know if he tripped on his own feet as Savassier Dennis brought him down. 3rd and 18, they only send 4. And Bryce Young will throw it to Sanders, the tight end. Tries some high-stepping, and he's brought down right away. And it'll be 4th down. Todd Bowles, usually soft-spoken. Bucky Irving will carry again, and Bucky Irving near a first down at the 20. Now, from the 20, White waiting for a block. Rachaad White gets it. Rachaad White across midfield and down to the 40 of the Carolina Panthers. The other way, pass is caught by Godwin for a first down. This will be Sean Tucker, and he's got nowhere to go. Sean Tucker trying to get a block from Baker Mayfield. Tucker gets back to the 5, and he's thrown down. J.C. Horn. And now McLaughlin will try again. And wow, that was close. Wow. Kind of hooked it into the left there, but it made it through the upright. So he gets, in theory, the first 2 downs, and then 3rd down we'll see Dowdle. Time. Bryce Young dumps it off short, and slipping a tackle is Mitchell Evans, and he's going to pick up 8. Bryce Young has a moment in the pocket, floats for the sideline, a one-handed try by McMillan, but he couldn't haul it in. And it's going to be 4th down. Baker Mayfield in trouble. And he's sacked inside the 10. Christian Rozeboom on the blitz.
I think that might have been on the collar, not actually on the face mask, even though it looked like it was.
That's why the fans were booing in the background. Yes. It was shown on the big screen. As Bryce Young will fire over the middle and open. That's McMillan. Inside the 25 and a first down. And a 3rd and 10 for Young. Here comes the blitz. He fires, and against McMillan, the coverage was good over there with Benjamin Morrison. Ryan Fitzgerald from 41 yards away, and he slips it through the right upright. The rookie, he's had 3 walk-off game winners this season. Gets his team a little bit closer. Evans to the top of your screen on 3rd down and a dozen. Fake and gets rid of it right away. Here comes a flag, and I wonder if Baker saw an illegal man downfield and figured this is over anyway. And Jimmy Horn, who carried the football. Pass is caught. There's Leggett. He can outrun people. And he'll get a first down to the 40. Bryce Young. Again, all kinds of time for Coker's first catch. And he'll fall at the 30-yard line. So bottom of your screen is McMillan with Jamel Dean covering him. Doesn't look like he has help. Going that way. McMillan in the end zone. He's got it! And that's going to be a Panthers touchdown! Bryce Young had him all the way.
Create as he runs in a little bit, then creates space to the corner. Beautifully thrown ball, one-on-one. Perfect by Bryce.
It's a nice view of the ball from the city background. I don't know if that's uptown or downtown, but that's a touchdown. Blitz is on. Everybody's coming. Mayfield will get out of it. He's got plenty of room to get the first down, and he's going to cross midfield and go down the sideline, churning to the 40. Boy. 3rd and 4, threatening. Here comes the blitz. Picked up. Pass is on target. Chris Godwin, Mr. 3rd down conversion, takes that out of bounds and picks up the first. White's the back. Mayfield to throw and dumps it off wide open middle of the field. Rachaad White. It'll be a 1st and goal, Tampa Bay. Fresh set of downs. And Sean Tucker will glide into the end zone untouched for a Buccaneers score. That crowd's still angry about the pass interference. Tampa Bay takes the lead.
And seal it out. J.C. Horn, you've got to come up there and replace. Oh. J.C. Horn's got to be that force play.
Fast-moving game. Under 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Chuba Hubbard strung out to the sideline, but gets some yardage and a first down. Third and a yard. Young, it looks like he's going to throw, and he will. And McMillan turned just in time. Wow, that was thrown well before he ever looked back. Young will keep and go out of bounds near a first down. 1,700 tackles in his career, Lavonte David. And he'll have a few more before it's over. Young is trying to scramble out of it, and he cuts back. Flows, touchdown! Panthers, Jatavian Sanders. But Bryce Young made it all happen.
Things happen, right. Arm right there. Down goes Diaby, but Bryce Young keeping the play alive, attacking the line.
But both have been very successful, 5 out of 6 in games decided by 3 or less. Cameron Johnson on the return, and he shakes loose. Johnson can fly, gets past the kicker Fitzgerald, and all the way inside the 45 of Carolina. A dazzling return to set up Baker in the box. Baker Mayfield in the middle of the field. Chris Godwin has a first down catch inside the 30. Baker blitz coming. Gets away once, not this time. A sack all the way back at the 34-yard line. He only had a moment to get rid of it, and it looked like Nick Scordon and Derek Brown collapsed on Mayfield.
We cannot squander the opportunity or all the progress. So he's all in for what the Panthers need.
And they squander an opportunity here. There was a stumble, and Lavonte David eventually got in with Servassier Dennis to sack Bryce Young.
Yeah.
That's the way the officials called it. You haven't heard that one, have you? Hey, I'm with you.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm right here.
3rd and 19, and Young is going to try to dump it off to Hubbard, but a good tackle right away by Jacob Parrish. Does Mayfield have time to throw? He does, and oh yes, Emeka Egbuka has it. And I was so excited I could hardly speak that Baker came through that crowd to get him the ball, as Irving is nailed right away by Nick Gordon, having an MVP day. Most alive I've seen this Carolina crowd in December in what feels like ages. Time. Can he find anybody? Low throw. No catch. Jackson on the assignment.
Yeah, you see it right here. Skips off the ground.
Top spot in the division on the line in late December. Wanted the ball. Here comes the blitz. He's going to throw it deep for Coker, and he hauls it in. There's a flag, and it looked like there was a push or a shove over there. This may take place from the pocket. There he's going to scramble and throw. The receiver wasn't looking. That's Sanders, the tight end, who was going upfield for the lead. Fitzgerald, the rookie, already has 3 game-winning field goals, 3 walk-offs. This for the lead from 48, and he is money for the Panthers. 3. Second down 4. He's going to get out of it, and Baker's going to run and keep on running across the 30, across the 40, and out of bounds. What a play by Baker Mayfield. He got 2 tries at this. Never mind. First out, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton, the tight end, on the receiving end. Pass he is caught. That's Evans trying to make something happen. Falls at the 37-yard line. Mayfield throws, and it's intercepted. It's a takeaway for the Carolina Panthers. Lathan Ransom, the rookie, driving for the tying field goal or go-ahead score. Mayfield on a mix-up looking for Mike Evans, and Lathan Ransom goes low for the interception.
Yeah, Evans trying to use the scramble drill. He sees his quarterback in trouble. He's running the over route, and he decides to stop to come back to find.
And Carolina will go to the top of the NFC South all alone, and that's the way it looks at the moment. They will play Seattle next. The Bucs will go to Miami, and then the 2 teams will meet in Tampa Bay on the final regular season Sunday.